created by the organization known as Celestial Being. Pilot codename Lock-On Stratus. Specialty, sniping and defense. Targeted and firing. GN002. This is Gundam Dynames.
What's up, guys? We're doing things a little differently this time around. So I've been building for about 4 or so years now, and I only started painting last year. That means I have a lot of projects that were built straight out of box, no stickers, no panel lining, nothing. So, in an effort to save money and bring new glory to old kits, I'm starting a new series. It's time to get serious. We're starting this off with one of my absolute favorite kits. We're gonna run that back one more time.
This is the Master Grade Gundam Dynames! Reborn! 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 Ready? When it comes to Gundam model kits produced in recent years, the quality of the products have gotten quite good, but the Master Grade Gundam Dynames is really a cut above the rest. You've got a detailed sniper rifle, dual pistols, dual beam sabers, an absolute dumpster truck on the back, and clever features hidden throughout the whole thing. Let's get a closer look before I tear this thing apart. We've got a double jointed neck, which means you can move the head up, down, back and forward, and all the way around. The Dynames has a third eye camera for sniping, and the moving V-fin is simply badass. So there's a moving piece inside of the head, and you just need to pull or push on the V-fin. Really nice touch. Shoulder armor moves independent of the arms, nothing new there. But you can pull out the shoulder joints to rotate the armored plates. They stay in place pretty well too. Moving joints within the chest. We get these big old thrusters on the back, and they've got some pretty good movement here, so Dynames can boost in the direction he needs. If you open up the armor, the thruster pops out a little bit, a really nice hidden mechanic. The beam sabers are attached to the sides, pretty good, and they got a little bit of wiggle room too. The beam pistols are holstered onto the legs, and of course this is reproduced with the model kit. Decent little chunk of plastic, and I'm always a fan of stowing weapons on the Gundam instead of in the box. There are hidden missile pods inside the waist armor as well as both knees. Although small, you can see the details included in the design. The knee missiles are a nice touch, and the legs are way more interesting because of things like this. The crotch flaps get up and out of the way, so you can pose the legs to your heart's content. Last thing is these holographic strips. They look great when the light hits them, if the light hits them. To get a better idea, look no further than the perfect grade Exia. Come on, Bandai, PG Dynames, make it happen. You won't. So now it's time to work backwards on this guy, starting by twisting out all of the bigger parts and then working my way to the smaller ones. Tweezers are a must for something like this, especially with stubborn tiny parts. When it comes to the bigger ones, you gotta apply pressure near the middle to reduce the chance of breaking something. And then I'm just sanding off any rough ends I missed the first time around. I did it. Nothing broke. And now it's time for my favorite part. It's time to rebuild. We have the technology. So first thing, I'm going to get everything sorted out. My memory's still pretty good after just taking this apart, but I got the guide handy and I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to skip to the detailing though because this video is getting kind of long. Don't worry, there's still going to be a final assembly. So panel lining. There's a bunch here. Pretty much anywhere you look, you're going to find a panel that needs lined. I'm warming up with the GN drive because otherwise this is just a white piece of plastic. It's looking a little rough in some spots, but I'm going to go back and clean it up right after. You got some really tiny spots to hit, which most people probably aren't even going to notice, but it matters to me, damn it. I chose this life. I'm really trying to hit everything I can this time, because I love this kit so much and I just want to give it the best, baby. Overall, some really solid line work this time, and a few rough spots, naturally. And now the decals. I had to peel off everything that came in the box, so I ordered these G rework water slides online. I thought it was just one sheet, but you get two, and man, they do look pretty good. These aren't reprints, so you get some similar things, but a lot of it is unique, and you don't get a guide for placement, so I'm just going to use this little picture as reference. Getting one of these into place is about what you'd expect for a water slide. Fight it into position and try to clean up any excess water. But once these dried up, they basically became one with the plastic. I've had water slides that dry up and fall off in the same day, but even with this big one on screen right now, I just had to flatten it out, dry it up, 10 minutes later it was good. These look really good side by the way. The bottom side though, makes me want to throw up. Gotta give some love to the sniper rifle too. You didn't think I forgot to talk about this, did you? This is the main weapon of the Dynames, and it's used to pull off some ridiculous stunts, like sniping on the back of Kyrios, or shooting something in orbit from the ground. Ridiculous! I used a combination of light and regular gunmetal for this. I didn't want it to be one color. The contrast is subtle, but I think it came out really nice. We got an adjustable scope on top, a little wiggle room. Got a handle here on the left side, so the gun is intended to be held in the right hand. This wiggly part on the back attaches to the forearm for stability. It rotates with the rifle, so you aren't locked into place by connecting it to the arm. You can use this clip on the bottom and stow the rifle onto the shoulder armor. Little anime clip for reference there. And there's the bipod on the front, or if you just want to call them legs. They tend to fall off, but they get the job done. Let's talk about these LEDs real quick too. These are not included in the kit. They take LR41 batteries, which most stores don't carry, so just buy them online, and they're bright as hell. So the core inside the chest, or the GN drive, can use two of these LEDs. It's designed to flip on with a twist, so you're all set once it's put together. And now, the final assembly. I do like how the green came out, but that doesn't mean I think it suits the Dynames. I should have gone with the NATO green, but it's still nice to try out new colors. This is still a really good mix of colors though, and the decals are excellent. It took me like 3 evenings to put everything on, and there's still a lot left over, so I'll be using those for future projects. The paint did tighten things up a bit, but this is a super solid kit, and I'm not worried about breaking anything. Once we're done here, I'm going to give you a little showcase, and after that, I'll do my verdict. See you in a bit. The Master Grade Gundam Dynames is a shining example of what a Master Grade should be. This kit is chock full of moving parts and hidden details from head to toe. You get a slew of nice weapons, and everything can be stored onto the Gundam. This kit is flexible and firm. You can pose it almost any way you want. This is one of the few times where I'll actually give props to the stickers that came in box. They're quite good, and the LED functionality is just the icing on this master grade cake. Well, I can't really think of any negatives, so you know what that means? This is the first time I can say with confidence a kit is a perfect 10 out of 10. I believe even non-fans of the Gundam franchise will find something they can love about this one.
And that's all for the Dynames. Awesome kit, interesting paint choice. Next time I'm going to follow it up with the Wingman Kyrios, a kit that's just as good as the Dynames, if not a little better. So thank you for watching the video, guys. Let me know if there are any kits you'd like me to check out, and make sure to subscribe. This is RynZero signing out. I'll see you guys next time.